If you can't get past 5, then that drops out, that set's over, and then your finisher would be done.
I'm Ebenezer Samuel here with Jeff Cavalier. It is arm day here on Fast Finishers. We always want to end every workout with aggression with the same intensity that we started with. We're going to show you how to do that when it comes to bis and tris.
Great thing about these two muscle groups are they are antagonistic to each other, so it's going to allow us a way to kind of keep the pace going and bounce back and forth between the two groups.
And it's going to leave you with the massive arm pump you want. We're going to show you how to do it right now. So before we get into our arm fast finisher, we want to make sure we hit our 3 E's, obviously. This one is going to be ultra efficient because we're going to use 2 exercises. We're still going to manage to keep it fun though. It's going to be very effective because we got a lot of squeeze in these exercises, so you get a really good contraction out of things, and it's exciting too.
Arm training can sometimes be a little bit boring because there are a lot of times repetitive movements, but what we can do here is take just those 2 movements and almost pit them one against the other, right? One is gonna be the overhead tricep extension and one is gonna be the spider curl. Make a competition here. We call it extinction type training. So you take your 10 to 12 rep max in the exercise, which is actually gonna be about the same weight for both. And you basically go back and forth until you hit a certain rep count. We're gonna assign a rep extinction number of 5 here. You essentially go back and forth to failure, and as long as you're above 5 reps, you keep going back and forth. You get into this high position. So you may not be sitting all the way down on the bench, but you're in this position where your legs are a little bit extended, and you're gonna go back behind your head into this tricep extension. What I like about this is you're hitting the long head hard. I don't ever really want people to take the dumbbell and bring them all the way back up to the top. So come up to the top and come all the way over to here, because you remove a lot of the work from the triceps. Stay back at the angle that you start with and extend from there, and you get that long head recruited well because of the stretch. So now let's say, Eb, you're down here, this is like reaching failure. Boom, failure. Now, you just simply switch position, come face down on the bench, and we go into the spider curl. And the beauty about this is that we get peak contraction of the biceps and peak tension in that contracted position of the biceps. We know when the biceps are up here, we even have a little bit of shoulder flexion because the arms are hanging up here in shoulder flexion, not tucked down at our sides. So it's a really strong contraction of the biceps. So you go all the way to failure and get to their position again. And again, let's say you're at 8 and 8 now. Well, you're still alive. Or maybe you can even be at 9 on one and 7 on another. That's fine. But go down. Now let's say we're going through this. This is your 2nd rep, your 3rd rep, your 4th rep. If you can't get past 5, then that drops out, that set's over. And you have the option to keep going until you finish out on this one here too. And if that were the case, you take about a 15 to 20 second rest in between failures here. So if you're able to get 7 or 8 reps, stop, rest 15, 20 seconds, come back again. It becomes more of a rest pause at that point, and I promise you, you will quickly hit failure on this with no way to offset that load and jump into triceps.
That was really close to failure. My arms are already feeling it.
Really put that peak contraction on the triceps and biceps.
How many sets will we do with that? 1, 2?
If you did it appropriately at 10 to 12 reps, you're probably gonna hit that quite a few times. So the volume there is probably sufficient to just do it once. But
we could have probably gone a little bit heavier. I was working with 25s. That's around, I feel, what I'd normally train a spider curl at.
If you go heavier, just simply lower the extinction count down. So you could load up to more of a 6 to 8 rep range and just set an extinction number of 3.
I think one of the cool things too, when I'm working back and forth, because I never actually put the dumbbells down, I'm also starting to feel my grip is starting to get worked too.
Right, so additional benefit to actually turn this into a complete arm finisher.
Exactly, and the blood basically never leaves the muscle, which I think is the greatest thing. Biceps are working, then they get a breather, triceps are working, so my arms get that total arm pump. That's what you get out of this. So like all our fast finishers, you can put this on the end of any workout, whether it's a CrossFit session or a total body session, or just that total arm blast. This can fit into your workout. So make sure to finish off your arms, finish off biceps and triceps. 2 moves, 1 set of this, you'll be completely done. Enjoy that.